Welcome to Shuttleworth's Capability Class, the quick hit video series teaching you about Shuttleworth's industry and application capabilities. Today's class is all about rotating. Why would someone need to rotate a product in a production line? This is typically only necessary for rectangular or square products, and most machines that run these types of products require that product in a specific orientation. The optimal orientation may change between machines on a production line, and therefore you must have a way to change that product's orientation. You might need to read a barcode on one side of the product. The carton graphics might need to be oriented in relationship to the case, or you might just want to label or date or put a lot code on the product itself. So how might one do this? There are many different options, and Shuttleworth can definitely help. We can do split bed rotating, a positive drive servo-driven star wheel rotator, a bump turn, and then also a lift and rotate, which is a little bit more unique. First, we'll be talking about split bed rotating. This is simply a split in the conveyor surface where one side of the conveyor runs faster than the other, allows for the product on that side, the faster side, to escape around the other side of the product and thus putting the narrow edge leading. This can be done with a product that's entering the conveyor with its wide edge leading or with its narrow edge leading, as you can see with the cases on the screen. This is also capable of handling intermediate rates. The next one we'll talk about is a servo star wheel rotator. Typically, this is done at faster rates or when a small footprint is desired. You can handle various product sizes, and you can program all of those sizes into an HMI, which can be easily changed over per product size. The star wheel can be changed out per product size as well. There's not a lot of setup if you select those options and you have multiple different sizes. There's not a lot of changeover time required. Now we'll talk about a bump turn. A bump turn is a very commonly used mechanism to rotate boxes or other types of products. At Shuttleworth, we typically use a turning post or a wedge, which we will mount into the roller surface, which will allow for one side of the product to be stalled or stop on the conveyor while the other side of the product is allowed to convey, and therefore rotating the product to the edge that you want to be leading. This requires quite a bit of setup, and some debug time should be expected. Some products are easier to rotate via a bump turn, but it's typically only done when the product is wide edge leading and you need to go to narrow edge leading. And you must have some gap between the two products in order to not allow the second product to catch up to the first product and interfere with the rotation. This also requires a little bit of a length to your conveyor run, but it's the most cost-effective solution. The last type of rotating device that we'll talk about is a lift and rotate. This is simply a pneumatic platen, which will be mounted underneath the roller surface and engage the product by lifting up and then rotating. This is typically done when the product is fragile and cannot be manipulated in traditional ways. It has a small footprint but requires a gap in the product's flow and cannot be achieved at very fast rates. If you have any questions regarding your current manufacturing process, or if you'd like to view more Shuttleworth capabilities and solutions, please visit our website at shuttleworth.com.